Hey YouTube, Tech Guy here. Today I want to bring you Swiza D06. This is the package it came in. Cheap little box. It's got the code on the back there. On the side it says striving for perfection. And then the front says authentic Swiss made. And has the Swiza logo. Picked up this knife, been looking for it for a while, trying to decide whether to buy it or not. Most places I was seeing the price of around 60 bucks on it the other night. Wife's on Amazon, asked me if there was anything I wanted to order. I asked her to check on this knife, came up for like 35 or 40 bucks. I'm going, yeah, I want to get that. Told her it was the D06. And then we picked out the color, or I picked out the color. Could have red, black, orange, blue, green, and yellow, I believe. I took the blue. I just happen to like blue. I got interested in the Swiza knives. I've been hearing about them for a couple of years, but really wasn't that interested. About a year ago, Bushcraft North of 60 did a review on one. I was going, yeah, that sounds interesting. Except the one he had the scissors. Thought they were a bit strange, but I wasn't interested in getting the scissors. I saw they had the knife with the saw on it. That's the one I wanted to get, and I got it. Now let's go over the specs on it real quick. First off, it's 440 HC stainless steel, hardened to 57. The scales are, as they call them, soft touch. They're kind of a rubbery plastic, I guess you would say. Very soft to touch. This is a locking blade. You can't close it unless you push down where the cross is at, and then it'll close. And we'll get more into it here in a moment, but let's go over the specs. Closed, it's 95 millimeters, which comes out to 3.75 inches. The blade is 75 millimeters, which is 2.95 inches. Fully opened, it's 177 millimeters, which is 6.7 inches. It weighs in at 110 grams, which is 3.88 ounces. Close that up. Saw has a plain edge. Has right next to it is the awl. They have a small hole in it, which I would think is for maybe sewing, but if you look at it, it's got this ridge right here, so I think that would be kind of difficult to use for any type of sewing. It does have a really nice point. It's a chisel edge on the blade, so it's got a fairly sharp edge. You could use this for scraping sticks to get some tinder on some fat wood and so on. Then it has an opening layer. Has your can opener, which is larger but basically the same style as the Victorinox can opener, with the screwdriver tip. They say that's a #1 flathead size tip. Then the bottle opener has a 90-degree stop. The can opener doesn't. And then it opens up. You got your bottle opener on #3 flathead and a wire bender. And then you have your saw. Unlike the Victorinox, where you would have to grab the end like at this end to open it up, this actually has nail nick. Again, nail hole actually. This blade is just over 3 inches long. Looks like it'd be pretty good for cutting. The teeth are similar to the way the Victorinox has theirs. It's non-locking blade, and then your master blade is a locking blade. Has Swiss made on the tang. Hopefully you can see that. And then on the back side, see if we can get the right angle there for you to see it. It says A17-51, which I'm not sure what that means. One thing kind of concerns me on the blade is that it's a bit blunt. I prefer more of a point on my my blades, but that's just me. I have used this to use the screwdrivers and the can opener. Haven't cut anything with it. Grab a piece of notebook paper here and let's check it out. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's better. Yeah, it could be a little bit better. Edge is a little rough there, but you can sharpen it up. On the back side, well, go ahead and close this. On the back side, you have a Phillips head with your T style there, and no other tools. And then on the scale on the inside are your tweezers. Kind of cool tweezers. They instead of going straight across, they're a little bit at an angle. I think they'd be pretty good at gripping like thorns and what have you. Knife feels nice in the handle. Swiza calls this design the 360, and basically they're saying whether you're using a saw or using the master blade, you're going to have the same comfort level, and it does feel comfortable. I have medium-sized hands, so this is a pretty good size for me. It's a little bit thick, and if you hold it up to the light, you can see some gaps in between the liners. But when I looked through there, it looked like there was some little humps in there. So I think that was intentional, so it would be easier to clean by not having the liners packed tight together. The water will be able to go through there when you're trying to rinse it out, when it gets all muddy and gucky and yucky for whatever you're using it for. So that is it for the moment. Next we'll be going outside and playing around with it, cutting some. I got a couple bushes I need to trim a few limbs off of and do some general yard work outside. Probably get a couple of sticks, carve them with the blade. I'm going to sharpen the blade up before I go out, but other than that I'm not going to do anything, and we'll see how it cuts and how good it is at whittling a stick for a hot dog or something. Not that I'm going to cook a hot dog, but we'll see how it does. Catch you in a moment. Okay. Let's see here how this. Well, the saw worked pretty good. I think this was about an inch, and that other one I was cutting about 1.5 inches. So I would say the saw's a success. Now let's see. Now I sharpened up the knife a little bit, since it wouldn't cut paper too well yesterday. See how it oh man. Yeah. This is elm that I think that I just cut through. So yeah, fair. Having to use a lot of effort, so, and this is green wood, is I just cut it up. So not too pleased with the way this cuts up yeah. I will say one thing, this is very comfortable to cut with. Just wish the edge on the blade was a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, well, we've done the cutting. Something I want to check. Okay, close. Let's check the edge on the awl. Oh wow. Believe it or not, the awl cuts better than the master blade. Wow, I'm impressed there. Let's try doing that with the master blade again. See if we can get that to. Okay, not too bad. Having to use a lot more effort, so gonna have to work on that edge. But I have used the can opener, like I said, so we'll just have to work on that edge some more. Okay, we're back. I'm in my garage now. I sharpened up the knife some. Spent about 5 minutes using a coarse diamond hone, medium, and then a fine. 5 minutes total on with all three. And now, just show you. I can do some feather sticking, and I'm not using half, pushing it half as hard as I was before to cut it. And cut right through it. So it's cutting a lot better. And that's on a green stick. So let's try a stick that's been kind of drying out for a while. And this is off of an oak in my backyard. So that's some hard wood to cut, let me tell you. But you can still get a little bit of feather sticking going there. a lot easier than I could before I sharpened it. So my final thoughts on the Swiza, how do you say it? I like the knife. I like the feel. It's comfortable to use. I like the lock, the button lock there. Overall, I like the knife. The only thing that I had a problem with was the edge on the main cutting blade. And as I showed earlier, out of the box, it didn't do too good. Needed to be sharpened. A little bit of work. But what surprised me is out of the box, the edge on that sucker, that just amazed me, being able to scrape that, being able to process wood with that is a great thing. Oh, sorry about that. But that's a great thing. That being able to process some kindling and whatnot with your with that awl, that I don't know how well it would work as a boring tool, but processing tinder and whatnot, that is going to be great. So overall, if you can get it for a good price, I would have really been upset if I paid $60 for this and had that edge on it that this particular knife came with. I've had that problem with some of my cases where I've had to, couldn't use them out of the box. I had to go sharpen them. So, but like I said, I paid just under 40, between 35 and 40 for this. So I'm really happy with it. Good knife. Handy little pocket knife. Got the tool set on it I like. So after sharpening the blade, I'm happy with it. So if you have any questions or comments on the Swiza D06, leave them down below. And remember, always be prepared.